Hi everyone, welcome to Veronika Hug. Today I'll show you how to do a bag in a row play style, which means that we will be using our row play braid. So plait means braid, and this is why this spool looks like this, and it has a wonderful color gradient as you can see. So stay tuned for the project. So let's start with the top section. So I already did a video on this type of wool that you can also check out on my channel. So I will call these donuts because they are kind of in the shape of a donut, and they are always put together with little threads to keep them together. So we just put each one off of the whole piece to use it. And I'll use this. And I'll start from this little nice white color or white section. Make sure to keep it away from kids or cats because you might get twists and knots that you can't get out as easily. You need a crochet needle as well. I have here 5.5 millimeters. You can even do 6 millimeters if you like. So let's start with a little loop. So take the end of the thread and I'll put it under the thread that's closer to the donut, and I'll go through with my needle. And then when we do that, we want a total of 3 chains to replace our first treble. Then another treble followed by 2 chains. Then again 2 trebles. And 2 chains. And I will do this until I have a total of 8 2 treble pairs. I've got 3 for now. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then end with 2 chains and do a slip stitch into this spot right here. And I can pull the beginning thread tight, so this is going to be the bottom base of our bag. So let's start row 2, and I'll always mark the row in case you need to rewind when you do your own project so that you don't have to watch the whole video, but just the section that you need. And we are again starting with 3 chains as a replacement for our first treble, and that's gonna stay this way. Then we're gonna do a treble above the next treble from the last row, and finally a third treble through the 2 chains that we did in the last row. And again 2 chains, and then we're gonna do 3 trebles at a time with 2 chains in between. So that's kind of doing the additions in this row and increasing the size of our bottom. So each of the trebles of the last row get a new one, plus the chains get an extra one, and then you do the 2 chains and start over. So we want the second round all the way around the first one we did. So this is all there is to round 2. One more time. Okay, last 2 chains and again a slip stitch into the first stitch of the 2 chains that replaced, or 3 chains that replaced our first treble. So we are again continuing 3 chains to replace our first treble, and again each existing treble gets a new treble, and again we do an additional one into the 2 chains, and then we do the 2 chains and move on to the next section. So we are doing 4 trebles per each section in this row. And we do this all around. So in our round 4, and we just finished we're gonna finish round 3. In our round 4, we are doing 5 trebles per each section, so 1 more. Then in the 5th round you have 6 trebles, in the 6th round you have 7 trebles, then in row 8 you have 9, in row 10 you have 11, and you already see the pattern, you keep adding just 1 per each new row, and you have row 13 with 14 trebles per each section. So this is the 3rd round with 4 trebles per each section. So 4th row has 5 trebles per each section. So 4 onto the existing ones and 1 extra one. Then row 5 is going to have 6 trebles, row 6 is going to have 7 trebles, row 8 is going to have 9 trebles. 9th round that comes afterwards is going to have 10 trebles per each section, and in row 10 you're going to have 11 trebles plus the 2 extra chains at the end. So do this till row 10, till you finish row 10, and then we'll meet to continue.